I thought. I think you're too hard on it. Ready? Welcome to the show, everyone. I am so excited about networking with everybody out there, and that's what we're doing here on the radio, talking about what we do to everybody that's listening and watching. We're also going to be live on Facebook. We actually are right now, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show in just a little while here. I'm going to go in with networking right away and give my first guest as much time as I can while he's on here right now. I have with me Joe Manduke, and he is the owner of Julie and Joe's Estate Sales. He also is the man with the most incredible junk you've ever seen. Welcome back to the show. You've been on my show several times. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Carol. Always a pleasure. Yes, I'm Mr. Junk.
Mr. Junk.
The question is, how much good junk do you all have out there that you might want to sell? And what we offer is a professional format to liquidate items that you don't care for, generally in a situation of an estate. That is, somebody's moving out of the area, downsizing their home, or someone, loved one has passed on and left a whole bunch of stuff that you don't know what to do with. And in order to get some money towards expenses and whatever you may need to sell all that old stuff and get the most you can for it quickly.
And when you work differently than other people, and I want people to understand what makes Julie and Joe's Estate Sales so different.
Time. We really take a lot of time and interest in each sale. They're not rushed unless it's because the customer needs it rushed, but it takes a lot of time to carefully evaluate a portfolio of items. And many people have things that are worth a lot more than they may realize. And too many times things get thrown away or mischaracterized. People try to have a yard sale and give things away or want to charge too much because they don't understand. And we have a network of ways to sell things, mostly to collectors, not to resellers, but we have a lot of resellers that come to our sales to buy things to resell. But we try to get the most money we can for each of these items.
Now, when you do a sale, and you have a Facebook page that everybody can go on and actually check them out. They're pretty cool.
Julie and Joe's Estate Sales is on Facebook, yes.
Yeah, and so people can go there, and how you do that is you have pictures that actually people can view. Am I correct?
Well, actually, each sale is fully videoed. We do a video inventory of the house, and so that customers can go ahead and look at the video of the sale and see if there's anything there they like, and give us a call, come to the sale, and it's been very effective. And we have two Facebook pages. One is Julie and Joe's Estate Sales, and the other is Phoenix Estate Sales.
So, and it's spelled out Phoenix?
Phoenix Estate Sales.
So, you are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated on Google, everywhere. They are all about servicing you and making sure that you do get your junk sold. And I say that but no one, we don't know what we have. And what our parents had, let's say, may not be something we would want, but you don't know what it might be worth. And that's where you come in.
That's right. People make a mistake a lot of times of taking very valuable items that they may have, things, for example, like coins and guns and vehicles, old vehicles, and just selling them to a car dealer or a pawn shop, and usually yields about 50% of what the value is. And we've tested this theory many times, taking material to get an opinion at a jewelry store and then just going to buy collected base, and jewelry stores offering about 50% of the true value of most good jewelry. That we have seen. So never take your jewelry to somebody that has a lot of overhead. It's just going to take away too much of the money going to you. We sell that kind of material directly to collectors.
Now, the phone number to call them is 602-859-6784. Check them out on either of the websites. It's julieandjoe'sestatesales.com or phoenixestatesales.com. Each one of them you can go to. They do free consultations, and you're valley-wide.
That's correct.
Now, I want to talk about this. Today we have a whole list of things that we want to talk about. And one of them is, what is the biggest mistake that people make?
Well, throwing things away, that's always high on my list. Things like emptying out the pantry and throwing away all the clothes, or donating things and then deciding to have a sale. Donation of these items should occur after the sale, because people do buy pantry items. They do buy old clothing, believe it or not. There's a big market in old clothes, especially clothes that are considered to be collectible from certain periods.
Shoes and handbags.
Shoes and handbags as well.
So is Julie's here too,
Julie's
and
here.
so Julie, get back on that mic so that everybody's. And what did you say?
Actually, handbags and shoes.
Absolutely. I mean, don't throw away anything is really what they're saying
Right.
at all. That's including. That
Please.
is including the food that's in the pantry.
Yeah, as long as it's not expired, but
Right.
That's a big mistake. Also, timing. And I'm going to call out there to my realtor friends that constantly call us and say they need to have a sale 2 weeks from now, and it's a stuffed house, and it has to be done on a certain day. We'll get solicitations for sales that must be done on a certain day because of a closing. We can't function like that. It takes a lot of work to appraise and set up a sale. It takes us at least a week to set up a sale. That means including appraisal, valuation, and it takes a week to market a sale properly. We have many different platforms we use to market the sales, and we need time to do that. So there has to be an understanding out there in the real estate community and in the user community. Please, the time required to do this correctly is very important.
There's a big difference in dumping something and selling something to get the best price that you can get
Right.
for it.
Sometimes stuff deserves to be dumped, but let us make that decision. That's important. And there are a couple options. I mean, some people may not have time. It is possible to sell your home with its contents. We hooked up with investors who actually buy the house for cash. and
With
its
everything in
contents.
it.
With everything in it.
This is what we talked about before. I'm so excited about that
Yeah.
you're bringing this up.
Just
Tell
walk-
everybody about it.
Just walk away, no closing costs, no realtor fee. All you do is get a check. Our people handle everything else.
That's awesome.
And then the other part of this is, in certain cases, you may have such fine items to sell. It may be better to have a professional estate sale first to get the most value from the contents, and then sell the house. That's just a couple different avenues. It's been working quite well.
Now, the phone number to call again at 602-859-6784. The websites are either Julie and Joe's estatesales.com or also Phoenix Estate Sales as well. Free consultation, 5-star rated everywhere, as well as A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. And you can tell why.
And the best thing to do out there is go to the Facebook page. Julie and Joe's Estate Sales is perfect. And you can see videos of the sales, how we set them up, what type of merchandise we're selling, emphasizing and featuring, and you get an idea on how we operate in the home. And make another point. In most of the time, in general, we do allow the owner, trustee, who's hiring us to do the work, to participate in the sale. As far as I know, we're the only company in the valley that will actually allow the owner of their property to participate in its sale. So you can ask your question why that might be, but as long as there's not too much emotional involvement, it's too difficult for the person, absolutely welcome to participate in the sale, work the sale, and we value that input.
Right, and it's fun for you also for the
Sure.
part of it. And you know what? Even if somebody might find something that they enjoy and it makes you happy to see that being taken by somebody who's really going to love it.
Sure.
We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. That's how fast these go. But I did want to talk a little bit about lack of insurance. And if you want to say something really quickly about that, and then we'll go to a break.
Yes, don't hire anybody that doesn't have business insurance.
So you have it all.
Yes.
Okay, so they're do I say licensed, bonded, and insured, or just insured? How do we say that?
There is no licensure in Arizona.
So you don't need that. So it's, but you are insured,
Right.
and that is super important. They are the only ones that let you get involved with this as well, which is really neat. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're 5-star rated everywhere. If you're looking for the most incredible junk, they have it for you. If you want to get rid of your junk, they also can do that for you. Again, it's 602-859-6784. Julie and Joe's EstateSales.com. We're going to continue talking because we're still live in here, so I want to kind of ask you a couple of questions. I'm getting to everything as much as I can as we go on. We've talked about lack of insurance, so I'm going to say that, make sure again for you. You talked a little bit about doing a yard sale. What's you and what did you mean by people shouldn't really do yard sales? Are really better to have
They
somebody?
ask for 25 cents or they
Yes.
ask for $25, but they don't have the right price. They don't know.
So what that we can talk about then. We want to talk a little bit about you did talk a little bit about selling their jewelry or coins
Right.
to the pawn shops. I think it might be important to bring up that again.
Yeah.
Okay. We just talked about the fees and no fees for a home. I'm
We have
really
the
excited.
jewelry x-rayed. We don't just,
For context, determine what the metal is.
We're going to talk about that.
because there's so much, you need to know, there is so much fake gold out there.
Oh gosh,
You
yeah.
need to know what's in the jewelry. I've had 18-karat rings that were not,
Yeah.
all right? And the person who wanted that to be determined got upset
Because he
With me.
always thought, oh,
because I found out it was false. But to do that would take a chip out of it.
To test it. It
test
wasn't
it.
worth anything anyway, base metal.
But there's a tremendous amount of fake coins and jewelry coming from our Asian
do you
friends.
see how you could do this more often
Yeah,
where
of
you
course.
just said, I want to talk about jewelry today. I want to jewelry and coins, let's say, or I want to talk about the importance of, maybe having insurance and how you do a run a sale. And there's so many different ways that you can really do it. It's amazing.
Fake Morgan dollars.
Is that real or fake?
That's fake.
Okay, you can hardly tell. It is,
That's-
but it is
that's-
lighter than right,
Chinese silver eagle, U.S. Mint silver eagle.
and it's fake.
99% silver.
And
It's
can
fake.
you tell that because it's so shiny, or
No,
ours?
it's pretty good. It looks just like the real thing.
Let's do that. We're gonna put that up
It
right
looks
now.
just like the real thing.
Okay, hold on.
I got my bag of tricks here.
What's the front? This
What is it? That's the statue. It's Liberty.
is that the front?
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
obverse.
just want to make sure. Is that not upside down or?
No, that's the obverse. Is
Okay.
the front. The reverse is the rear.
Oh, yeah, I would have known.
So we'll talk more about it next time.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm
So we
telling you.
set
I
them
have-
up for next time.
I'm going to show it on Facebook. Yesterday I showed a s'more. Today I'm showing a coin.
Nice
I'm
coin.
going to say that. So yesterday we were live on Facebook and I was showing this giant cookie, which was a s'more on Facebook. I'm now showing a coin. I want to make sure they see that. Let me make sure you see that. Okay, here it is. How's that? Now
Yeah.
this coin here, tell them about it, Joe, as
Yes.
I focus
I
it.
can't quite see the date. Looks like 2020. Was it a 2020?
I can't tell
It's
either.
I'll just say it's a 2020 U.S. government mint, American Silver Eagle. These are extremely popular coins if you like bullion, graded in high condition. They also are collector items unto themselves, certain ones. This is a beautiful coin, currently being changed in its design, changing the reverse. But the only problem with this particular example is it's a Chinese fake.
You see? There you go. That's
So-
amazing. Get rid of it. Here we go.
So there it is, guys.
And you know what? They're going to be coming on again and talking a little bit about what we have and what we don't know what we have. And I think that's really important. You said at the break while we've been talking to people on Facebook, is that your jewelry is all x-rayed. You x-ray it. Let's talk a little bit about that and what you do. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, we do that for a reason because there's an awful lot of jewelry out there, more than you might think, that's stamped, gold stamped. And not so much with the silver, except for the coins, but with the stamped gold, says 14 karat, 18 karat gold. A lot of it is Chinese fake. It's just plated, and it has to, in order, it looks good, but you have to go ahead and do an X-ray of that to determine the metal content of it.
So they even go down to that far of an extent to make sure that you're getting what it's worth. Because if you didn't know and you said, oh, it's 14 karat, and you sold it to somebody for more, you could get in trouble
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
right. I get it.
Go ahead.
We need to know what we're selling.
So it's all about making sure that you have the. That's why it takes so long. Is they're making sure that everything you're getting is, if it's something that looks like it is a 14 karat gold, and it is, you now know you're going to get top dollar for that piece of jewelry.
The other thing I'd like to mention while we have time is, it's often said, but we have conditions where collections have been accumulated over many years. I did a stamp collection a couple sales ago, nice collection, and it was mostly modern stamps. A lot of duck stamps. Duck stamps are used on licenses, hunting licenses, beautiful things. Used to be quite valuable. There's almost no market for it. So I told the client, I said, we really should just sell this stuff at face value. Not the duck stamps, but all these sheets and sheets and sheets of stamps. Nope, she pulled it from the sale. She said, I'd rather give it to my grandkids, which I understand, but also was out of contract and took money out of our pocket.
But at least she did what she wanted to do with it, and that's okay
And we'll
too.
allow that, but please think of that in advance. And she also had a big collection of Norman Rockwell figurines that she had pent a huge amount of in the original boxes, first editions. Very valuable at the time they were released. Figurines are not worth anywhere near what they were, 20% of their original value.
And one thing about us people, we all don't know what they are worth, and we do think they are. A lot of people think, oh my God, this was my mother's or my father's or whatever, and it's
Right.
going to be worth so much money. I'm going to save it and I'm going to sell it, and you may not be able to get. And a lot of people don't realize that even your silver that you think, oh my God, I'm going to get so much money for that, is silver plated.
Yeah, so most of it is Rogers
Right.
silver plate, but most of your fancy silver sets, it's just worth its metal value.
Right. So unfortunately for that, but they are here to make sure that that it is real or not real. That's what they do. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated everywhere. They work valley-wide. Also, if you whether want them to do the sale for you, you can be involved with it. They're the only ones that allow you to be involved with it. They also have somebody that they've partnered up with that will buy the entire house with the entire contents
Yes.
in it as well. That includes, let's say, cars and everything.
Airplanes?
Doesn't matter what you got there hanging
Boats.
out. They will buy the entire lot, and then there's not, what is not involved? You said there's no fees.
Oh, to do the complete buyout of the property and all the contents, vehicles, everything? No, there's no charge. There is no real estate fee, and there's no closing costs.
So that's a wonderful way to do something, and they can help you out there too. Their phone number is 602-859-6784. Check them out. It's Julie and Joe's EstateSales.com. You can also go on Facebook and see them there as well. See all the sales. They have them videotaped so that everybody can see them. You can also go to Phoenix Estate Sales as well. And what makes them different too, you've got to make sure that your people that you work with that they have insurance, that they have business insurance, and you have that as well. You're the real deal.
The real deal.
The real deal. Now, let me ask you this. Let's go back over here. So donations, when are those done?
Well, donations ideally will be done at the conclusion of the sale. I always say that I know my sale is over when I can no longer give anything away. And, in the fourth day of the sale, there are things that simply can't be removed from the house. Nobody wants it. For giant pieces of furniture, for example.
Oh my God, my mother and father had some big giant pieces of furniture. There's no way anyone wants that.
Those big old entertainment centers, they're almost impossible to get rid of now because everybody's hanging their TVs on the wall.
Right.
But I had found a way to get rid of those. You can break them into sections, and people are using them for shelving. The ones that are in 3 sections. So
You see?
that's one way.
And you're thinking with your head.
Gotta
That's what's
think.
really neat. Now, you also say something here that's important. We don't want to exclude neighbors, but who want this stuff. That's something that happens that you say how they come around.
Well, the neighborhood is often the best source of buyers for your stuff, but it has to be properly priced. And usually a yard sale isn't the answer. But please don't give away your stuff to your neighbors before the sale. If you want to give them something, give it to them after the sale.
Yeah, and find out how much it's really worth
Exactly.
before you do anything, because you may just be pleasantly surprised and rather have sold it rather than just give it away. But there's times that you want to do that too, and that's okay too.
I've got an example recent from just the last sale. I think I have enough time.
You do?
Well, we did this sale. It was kind of a problem sale, but there was an old car along the side of the building. And I saw that it was a 52 Plymouth and had no rust. It just needed to be put back together. And Julie had asked if we were selling that vehicle or not. And they said no, they were going to give it to a neighbor or something. And it turned out when we saw it going away, I hadn't looked, it was under a cover. It was a 52 Plymouth business coupe, which is actually quite a valuable car. To hot rodders love to turn them into rods. It was probably worth $5,000 to $7,000.
It was a two-door.
Yeah, it's a coupe. It's a two-door coupe.
You never know what's
And,
under those
so
little things of
the owner-
blankets there.
The owner goes, well, we had no idea what it was worth. We thought it was just a junk car because they never asked me.
That number to call them direct is 602-859-6784. Give them a call. They do free consultations, and they're here to help you get what your things are really worth. Pay no upfront fees. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there are some competition out there that will charge you upfront fees. Don't pay them. There's no reason for it.
Also, you say avoid online sales only.
Yeah, there are a couple competitors that what they do is they'll put everything you own online, sell it starting at a penny or something. I don't recommend that. That certain cases, maybe a second sale or no, that sounds like a very bad way to go.
So also the other thing that you wanted to talk about was expect full clean out at the end. What does that mean?
Well, that means the house should be emptied of all remaining things. Not everything's going to sell. Come in, get what you want, and then everything should be removed from the house and donated or disposed of. And so the house can be sold or rented.
And now, what about this? We must have a will or trust agreement to do a sale or proof of payee by law.
Yeah, please give us a piece of paper showing you're legally allowed to have a sale.
You know what? That's a whole nother topic.
Yes, it is.
It really is. You know what, guys? Here's the thing: people have things. Our parents have homes full of stuff, and I know for me, and I was telling them earlier, I didn't want any of it, and I'm sure a lot of it was my mom had pewter that I know was worth quite a bit at the time, and I didn't know, and that's really where it's all about. You don't know what you don't know until you ask. So they'll do a free consultation for you. They're fully insured. This is what's important for everybody to know too. Also, they do free consultations as well as Work Valley wide. They're 5-star rated every year. What did you want to say? You want me to bring that up again?
No, just beware what you have.
Yeah, see this thing that, all right, here, I'll try and do it again. It's going to take me a minute to go ahead. Say it, Joe.
There it is, a fake U.S. Silver Eagle U.S. Mint coin made in China.
Well, you go. See, that's the thing. I was trying to get it to focus there. So here's the thing. We don't know what we have until we look. It looks like it's perfect. It looks like it's worth a lot of money. And then you find out that it's not worth anything. Julie and Joe's estatesales.com. Check them out on their Facebook. They've got videos. I've seen them. I've been on your Facebook page before. They really are here to help you get the most of what you deserve of your items. You can check them out also at phoenixestatesales.com. They also have somebody that can buy everything, including the house, all of it, so that you can just walk away without any problems. Okay, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, 602-859-6784.